At the time of recording this video, I have 99 subscribers. Up until this point, I was uploading a bit of short form content surrounding a bunch of gaming topics. I'm still a gamer, but this channel, I'm kind of repurposing it for IT news, tech stuff, and anything like that. I work at an IT MSP. I have been for a little over a year now, and I'm looking to just kind of express my insight. I know that there's a lot of controversial news that spring up, and I figured it'd be kind of cool if we had another personality in the space to kind of delve into that, especially because I'm passionate about it. And as well as I know that there's a lot of talk regarding the IT and cybersecurity job space and how awful it is. So I'm going to be inserting myself into that space a little bit. So if that's not your cup of tea, then feel free to unsub. I totally get it. Otherwise, welcome. Hope you stick around. So I'm realizing that this camera quality is absolute garbage. It's the nature of doing my first video on this channel, so here we go. The reason I'm even creating this video in the first place is because a video that Louis Rossmann recently dropped, once again about how Microsoft went too far for the 90 millionth time, and then suddenly a week later no one cares about how Microsoft went too far. So that one kind of struck me because it has gotten to a point where they truly, really have gotten too far. It's gotten to the point where they are seriously intruding on how easy it is to use their operating system, namely Windows 11. If you don't already know, Windows 10 is going end of life October 14th. I'm recording this on the 13th. They're going end of life in North America, technically, meaning that they will no longer be releasing official updates for Windows 10. There is one exception. They are still releasing what they call ESUs, Extended Security Updates, for North America, or namely the United States, for the next 1 year. The exception is you have to back up your data. You have to give them 1,000 of your Microsoft reward points, or you have to spend $30. I kid you not. Those are the actual true requirements. It is hilariously ridiculous. Also, I'm fully aware that there's a reflection in my glasses. I'm sorry about that. It's my first video. You're going to have to ignore it. They recently did put out an article, and by they, I mean Microsoft, about another Windows 11 Insider preview build. They're teasing, or not teasing, but they are showing a lot of new features that are coming to Windows. A lot of it, in my opinion, is pure bloat that nobody asked for. I will link this article in the description for anyone who wants to read it. This is the official statement by Microsoft. This is not some third party. This is Microsoft themselves. We are removing known mechanisms for creating a local account in the Windows setup experience, UBI. And UBI stands for out-of-box experience. While these mechanisms were often used to bypass Microsoft account setup, they also inadvertently skip critical setup screens, potentially causing users to exit UBI with a device that is not fully configured for use. Users will need to complete UBI with internet and a Microsoft account to ensure device is set up correctly. They are putting their foot down as a requirement. When you spend your hard-earned money on a brand new laptop and it comes preloaded with Windows 11, you have no choice but to A, make sure it's connected to Wi-Fi, or Ethernet, either one, and B, connect it to a Microsoft account. If you don't already have one, you'll have to create one on the spot. Meta has already done this with their VR headsets, with their Quests, which in my opinion is horrific. It's insane. Why should I be forced to create an account with a company I don't care about? I want to use your product. I don't want to use all of your services, right? And the fact that we're kind of tied in is kind of insane. This here is a major issue. It's a privacy concern, which we all have. It's another massive hurdle. We're being forced. There's so many companies out there. There's so many devices that already use Windows 10. There's still millions of computers that are still on Windows 10. Now that we're being forced to upgrade and then also have an account tied is really insane to your average consumer. Now, if you're like me and you work or you have worked in MSP and you've done a bit of deployment work, you are very well aware of the bypass NRO command as well as the start exch local only command, which are the two common ways that we have done to bypass this soft requirement. This has been a soft requirement for a while, but by the way, Microsoft has kind of really been pushing you to create this account, stay connected to the internet, and then also use an account with us, and then you can use your little computer. They've really pushed this for a while now, but it was really easy to bypass it, even if it wasn't immediately obvious on screen. But now they're even getting rid of those methods as shown here. They said that they would even back in March. I'll show that on screen now. They said that they would even then, and they haven't yet. Like, we can still do this to this day. I don't know when this official dev insider preview build will happen. It's still concerning, obviously. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure when they will drop this at this moment, but I'm saying all of this to come to a point. The shameless intrusion on how we use our devices has kind of reached a critical mass here. Thanks to Louis Rosman and Chris Titus Tech and a bunch of other creators, there has been a huge and encouraging push towards Linux. In fact, I was one of those people all the way back whenever PewDiePie released his video about 5 months now on how he switched over to Linux pretty much entirely in his life and how awesome it was. And based off that video alone, he was the reason why I slowly made that switch. And to be honest, I'm not looking back. I still have Windows on my main desktop because I am still a gamer. And for a lot of people that I know, that is also still the same case. Gaming is still kind of like, Windows is the most supported platform for gaming, and honestly for a lot of applications in general. Companies are still running off of M365 and Adobe and all these frankly garbage apps and platforms, and a lot of individuals are really tied down to Microsoft because a lot of their work is still inside of their kind of ecosystem. But Linux as an operating system at its core is really empowering to you as a user. I recommend that you just give it a shot. If you have a random laptop just laying around, try Linux Mint. Louis Rossmann has put out a video. He literally gave a physical address, and I recommend that you go watch his video because he is really, really, really vocal on this issue. In his video, he put a petition at the bottom of his video. It's essentially just telling Microsoft, hey guys, we don't want to be forced to do this thing, to use an operating system that a third of the world or half of the world uses. Can you please not do this? Will it work? I'm not sure, but all I know is I did my part. I signed the petition. I certainly do not want myself to be forced to create a Microsoft account because frankly, I'm not doing that. I will move to Linux any day of the week. By the way, I do want to say that Chris Titus Tech, he created a tool that still bypasses that Microsoft account requirement in this dev build of Windows. If you're interested, that's still an option, but it's still a little more clunky. It's still another extra step. It's still annoying to do. Microsoft is really making it harder and harder to use their products. Just week by week, they're creating a stronger case to just move to a different operating system. And hopefully one day we can make a difference. And moving forward, hopefully we can make this change.